for you. One of the reasons I'm good is I get to the bottom line pretty quick, and I also know what a jury's going to believe or not believe. And if you think a Delaware County, all the gray, blue-haired people are going to walk in to a jury trial and listen to you babble about this shit and go, oh, yeah, he's right. Yeah, send him home. You will have got your free speech. And then Nelson Mandela, enjoy your incarceration. Okay? So you got to prioritize what's most important to you. Your speech and pride and beliefs for the moment, or your future. Alicia Littlefield, she's retired. She was judged then, she's not now, she's retired. But do you know the only judge we've had over there that would lower a bond to free somebody like you? The only judge we had that would give you probation when they wanted to put you in prison, okay, was her. And you include her in it. You've taken a little belief or theory or whatever, and then it just blew up, got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and then it just got thrown with stones, and then it got nasty. Okay? And I just don't think you were truly able in that process to truly process the fact from fiction, and then to process the right way and the wrong way and what's too far and what's not too far. Okay? And maybe some of that's maturity, age, I don't know. Maybe some of it's a disconnect. Okay? But that kid at the door,
Oswald?
Yeah. He's the one that showed me the printout, what it was. You know, people were scared at the courthouse of you today, thinking you were going to blow them up.
Oswald watched another CO.
You walked in with a fucking backpack on. I mean, that's just like, you know.
I didn't know anyone said I know that.
Of course not. But now look who's accused of being the terrorist. How'd that feel? That little kid, he didn't know his head from his ass. He's just a young kid trying to figure out life and thinks it's cool to be a cop, okay? He ain't a bad kid. He just don't know any better. He's young. He's figuring shit out. Look, I'll be the first to say there's some dishonest motherfucking cops, and I can start naming some. And I got news for you. Her husband can name some. And tells me. Because good cops don't like bad cops.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
But when you group them all together and you call them all terrorists, even the person that keeps the land records, the person that collects the taxes, somebody's going to do it. It's the law. Right? The deputies, many of which are just trying to do a job. The fucking defense lawyer that all the defense lawyers, but the defense lawyer that's helping court-appointed people in jail because, you know, first of all, she couldn't get another fucking job and she's not good enough. But second of all, somebody's got to fucking do it, right? Or, hell, maybe she just quits and we just leave them all in jail. Look, there's no question. You and I can agree on one thing. Is there a system in place that wrongfully cares more about prosecution and winning than justice? We can agree on that. We can agree that judges typically do what prosecutors want. And we can agree prosecutors care more about winning and filling prisons and stars on their hat or whatever, okay? But that's about where it stops. The problem is you didn't let people calm down. You lit a fire under their ass. You wanted a big old neon light to say, here's who the fuck I am, and you're a dickwad. You're a dickwad, you have no authority, fuck you, fuck the system, fuck everything, you're going to jail, you're a terrorist, you're what... Now, you're free speech. It's crazy. I'm telling you it's crazy. But even if it weren't crazy, there's consequences for your free speech. And if you think you're Mandela and going to enlighten the world on these theories and change things where the United States Supreme Court is ultimately going to say, by God, this guy's right. We've been doing everything wrong. You won't live long enough for that to happen. Okay? And what that means is simple. We're going to do a preliminary hearing. When the guy says this is what happens, the law requires that the court take the evidence in the light most favorable to the state. Okay?
Right. Yeah.
Which means the court has to pretend to believe what the witness says. Okay?
Yeah.
Nothing against the judge. That's their job and it's the law. So when they do that, you get bound over for trial. You also have to understand there's consequences that go along with free speech. Now, Nelson Mandela, he had free speech in a country that wasn't free. And he paid a significant price for it. While we look up to Nelson Mandela for his solidarity and for his strength and his belief, he served a lot of time and a lot of abuse in prison that wasn't warranted. Now, maybe in Nelson Mandela's situation, somebody had to do the suffrage and he did it. And it may be worth it for others. And maybe it gave him some sense of victory. Okay? So, there's the possibility you can sit in prison and you can scream victory the whole time, like Nelson Mandela, because you, by God, exercised your free speech for these conspiracy theories. Or you can listen to me. At least entertain the concept I might be right. Okay? Yeah. And maybe with professional help. Okay? Don't know how you pay for it, don't know what your situation is, don't know what your work is, but maybe with some professional help, you can come back down to earth or control it. Either one. And we can at least go back to them with a God, he's really sorry. How do we make amends? He was fucked up mentally. He had some problem. He's now got professional help. And he doesn't need to go to prison. Okay? And they'll understand mental illness. And that may not be something that you like to hear about yourself. And I'm not saying you're mentally ill, I'm just saying there's a good chance, okay? I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a psychologist, but I've seen your type, I've seen him even in my son. But there's consequences to our free speech. And so, you can find on the internet theories for everything.
True.
Okay? And the more it's thrown on the internet, the more people like you think it's real. Okay? For instance, the end of the court.
Yeah.
You know what that is?
Privateering company.
Not really. You know what it is?
What?
It's the equivalent of our Oklahoma Bar Association.
Yeah, the British Accredited Registry.
All it is a group to police, if you will, members of the barrister or the bar, to discipline lawyers or to take their license away to protect the public. England. An end of the court died for the United States at the Tea Party. 1776. Okay? End of the court's got nothing to do with the United States. In the meantime, do yourself a favor, take that shit down and probably shut down the social media for a while. Okay? So that we can later, if you take the right path, I can say, look, that day we were at court and he heard that heard that he was going to blow things up or something, was a life-changing time for him. At that moment, I told him what he should do, which I know that if you don't follow the advice, I'm not going to tell him I told you, okay? It's confidential. But I'd like to be able to say, visited with him, woke him up a little bit. He was open to this. He followed my advice. He shut it down. He hadn't badmouthed you guys anymore. He hasn't said any of these things. He went to Grundy. Here's what we discovered. Here's what he's having to do as a result. You're not seeing any of this shit anymore. I've given you the option. You can take it. You can don't take it. But regardless of what happens, you better never fucking badmouth me or my office.
Okay.
Because we have, in fact, you better rave about it. Because we're the only people with the balls enough to sit and have this conversation with you and actually try to help, okay? And I don't need disrespect for that. I mean, you've really, 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 really hurt yourself, okay? And I don't know if I can dig you out of it. Okay? But I have a plan to dig you out of it if you're willing. And it might work and it might not work. But it's going to take you as a pacifist. It's going to take you at least having an open mind to explore it. All right, so look, here's the deal. What you really, really, really need to do, in my opinion, is we need to get you to a psychologist, and who truly is very, 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 very good is a guy by the name of Dr. Grundy. Okay? He's in Ketchum. He is not what I call a hired whore. He doesn't work for the man. He's completely super nice guy. In fact, I've represented his son on a weed case. Okay? But he doesn't lie for me. He's not going to throw test results for your favor for me. He's going to call it the way he sees it. Good, bad, ugly, different, right, wrong. It is what it is to him. Okay? If he says what he may correct me. He may just say, you know what? This guy's not got a mental illness. He's just a conspiracy theorist. And if that's the case, you have at it and realize that your lack of control of it, creates you problems sometimes. While he may have some weird, stupid theories that we don't agree with, he's not a terrorist. He's not, even though he's accused you of being a terrorist. I don't know how to defend that, but even though he's accused you of being a horrible fucking person as a terrorist, because you have a job that supports your family, does that make sense to you? But he's got a constitutional right to say this shit about you because you could have got another job. Okay. And you know what I'm going to hear? Well, I got a constitutional right to not have to offer him dick. And I can offer him prison, and that's what I did. Now, does he want it or does he want a trial? I mean, I could sit here all day and try to educate you on some of this, and I might even be fascinated with some of your theories, okay?
Yeah.
But this isn't the Illuminati, okay? It's purely laying it out for you in a way that if you're sitting in prison because you chose your way, you'll know the whole time you had a chance and you blew it.
I want a bank of a miracle, so I can put everybody on this trying to get bank in my area. That's why I grind harder than your back teeth when you pull it in Molly. And you jackets should know when it come to bangers. Every time I done move when I shot it, so if you ain't body, don't skip to me asking for drama. Cause we come with weapons, don't asking them hummers. If we don't wedge it up, cause we can't catch it running, we'll just set it back in your mama. So please let me hustle in peace, so my brothers of the struggle can eat, so my sisters of the struggle can see that we ain't got to be stuck in the street. Tell you to stand still is to die, and that come from the founder of growth and development. That's why I stay in motion, progressing, and that's mentally and emotionally evident. I'm too real for boasting, embellishment, roaching, or anything close to some pettiness. So I ain't with that bogus or messy shit, or with different take folks at they element. Cause I'm what that is, on you what that is. I'm what that is, on you what that is. I'm what that is, on you what that is. I'm what that is, I'm what that is. I'm what that is, on you what that is. I'm what that is, on you what that is. I'm what that is, on you what that is. I'm what that is, I'm what that is. I'm what that is. I gotta be cause I'm a fucking man. The polar opposite of sucker